Most people think having food is enough. If the cupboard isn't empty, they assume they're fine. But that's not how it works. Because when supplies are limited, it's not just about having food, it's about having food that actually fills you. There's a difference. Some foods disappear quickly, you eat them, and you're still hungry. Others stay with you, they give you energy, they stretch your supply, and they make a small amount go further. That's what matters. So instead of guessing, let's go straight into 10 foods that actually keep you full when supplies are limited. Start with oats. This is one of the simplest and most effective foods you can have. It's cheap, easy to store, and extremely filling. Oats absorb water, which means they expand. A small amount becomes a full portion. That alone makes them powerful. They also digest slowly, so instead of a quick spike and drop, you stay full longer. That's exactly what you want. Beans come next. These are one of the most reliable foods available. They're dense, high in fiber, and surprisingly filling. They take longer to digest, which means you don't need to eat as often. That stretches everything. Canned beans are ready immediately. Dried beans take more effort, but last longer in storage. Both work. Now add lentils, very similar to beans, but slightly faster to prepare. They're dense, high in fiber, and provide a steady source of energy. They don't look like much, but they do a lot. That's why they're often overlooked. Rice is one of the most common staples. But its strength isn't just availability, it's consistency. It's easy to portion, easy to store, and pairs with almost anything. On its own, it won't keep you full for long, but combined with beans or lentils, it becomes much more effective. Now something stronger. Potatoes. These are one of the most filling foods you can eat. They're simple, but dense. They provide energy, and they keep you satisfied. Even a small portion can go a long way. That's what makes them valuable. Now something people underestimate. Peanut butter. It doesn't look like much, but it's extremely calorie dense, high in fats, moderate protein, and very filling. A few spoonfuls can make a big difference, especially when you don't have much else. Eggs come next. These are one of the most complete foods you can have. They're high in protein, easy to prepare, and, honestly, very satisfying. They keep you full longer than most simple foods, which means you eat less overall. Now here's something often ignored. Whole grain, bread, or wraps. These provide carbohydrates, but also fiber, which helps you stay full longer. They're simple, but effective when paired with protein or fats. Now, let's talk about canned fish. Tuna, sardines, salmon. These are high in protein and relatively filling. They're also easy to eat, with no preparation needed. That combination makes them pretty practical. Finally, nuts and seeds. They're small, but extremely dense, high in fats, some protein, and very efficient. You don't need much, which makes them perfect when supplies are limited. Now, step back for a moment, because this isn't about having more food, it's about having better food. Most people make the same mistake. They focus on quantity. They buy what looks like a lot, but it doesn't keep them full, which means they go through it faster. That's the problem. Not how much you have, but how long it lasts. Now imagine this. You eat something, and an hour later, you're hungry again. That's not helping you. Now imagine eating something else, and staying full for hours. That changes everything. Because when you stay full, you eat less. And when you eat less, your supply lasts longer. That's the goal. Now think about your current food. Would it keep you full, or would you be reaching for more constantly? Because that's the difference between being prepared and just having food. Most people don't realize this until they experience it. They assume all food works the same, but it doesn't. Some foods carry you, others don't. And once you understand that, you stop wasting space on things that don't help, and start focusing on what actually matters. Because when supplies are limited, you don't need more options, you need better ones.